Hey babes, I'm Cynthia.
And I'm Beverly. Grab your favorite drink. Let's sip and chat.
Welcome to Tipsy and Truthful, the podcast.
Period. Hey babes, welcome back to another episode of Tipsy and Truthful, the podcast where two best friends sip and chat about life, relationships, parenthood, and everything in between. I'm Beverly.
And I'm Cynthia.
And we're going to have I think we had like so many like heavier topics, right?
Yeah.
In the last
that's just
few
our
weeks.
nature, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I
But
don't.
we are also very relaxed. And we haven't had a fun, lighthearted episode in a while.
Right. Like, I don't consider like the previous episodes really heavy,
No.
but like more serious. I guess less
Serious,
funny.
yeah.
Not funny.
Yeah, not funny. Not funny.
Not that we're funny and this is going to be a comedy episode. But,
What? Speak for yourself.
okay, not that I'm funny. And this
I'm
is,
hilarious. And I know that.
Well, Cynthia's funny and I'm mid. But how was your week, babe?
My week has been, I feel like very busy. It's so crazy because I feel like I have less time even though I'm home. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like,
make
I
sense.
feel like I'm running around constantly doing things, getting things done. I always have an appointment. I always have a meeting. I always have something to do. I've never not just sit home.
That's the thing. When you're working, from 9 to 5 or whatever your schedule is, you're in one place. But now that you're home, if there's any errands that need to be run or anything,
It's like
they're gonna
constant.
fall on you because you're the one who's available. So
So it's very, it's just running around a lot.
yeah,
So I've had to tweak some things in my schedule, to try to fit them in because they're non-negotiables.
period.
But other than that, I mean, I don't really have, that's been my week. I don't really have a high, I don't think. An opportunity is the same as last week. I still find myself humbling down when I apply to places or look at certain positions and stuff. Like, I can't do that when I know I can. So I'm still working on that. It's like a mental.
Yeah, you gotta believe that
I know.
you know that you're capable, but you're
Yeah.
like doubting yourself.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can buy something that will punch you in the face every time you doubt
Okay.
yourself.
That sounds
I'm gonna look
great.
it up. They have to have some sort of invention.
Sounds amazing.
For me, this is my first official week of not working, and I haven't rested, like fully rested, but I've
I
been
feel like you've been running around too. Like, just a lot on your plate, like doing things.
right. I feel like I'm doing things, but I'm taking like little break, a lot of breaks in between.
Well, you're able to now.
I'm able to now be like, okay, I'm trying to catch up to all this laundry. Guys, the amount of laundry, okay, when you have 4 children and John works in like a manufacturing place, so he changes clothes often too, okay? When you have 4 children and John has a lot of changes of clothes and I'm also pregnant, so I feel like I'm always spilling something on my stomach. I don't know why. When you're pregnant and you're eating, everything lands on the top of your belly. Everything. No, not to you?
Not to me.
Well, maybe it's because I use my stomach as a table. Okay?
Yeah, that's
the
probably
real
the
reason. So I changed my shirt 18 times a day. But the amount of laundry that I had to catch up with was
Insanity. 'Cause I've
is
seen it.
insanity. I'm just chipping at it a little bit at a time.
I would cry.
Yeah, well, here we are.
But
But
it's
we're
just because
catching
I
up.
hate doing laundry, like with a
I
passion.
really hate it.
It's like one of those things. Like, I'd rather clean the bathroom every single day if I had to than do laundry.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I hate it.
I mean, I have the ability and the comfort of doing it in my house.
Still,
But
it still sucks.
it's not even washing the clothes. It's like the folding and putting,
it away. Oh, it's the worst part.
If there was a button, just magically go into the right drawers. Thank you. Sheesh. Anyway, high of the week. Oh, we have my high of the week is have been working on something for the podcast, and I think that it's looking closer to the end result of what we wanted to. So that's, without giving too much away, that's my high of the week. That, and we have a meeting coming up for
that should be
a
my
new like potential project that we would both like be a part of. And
good friend
I'm
of mine.
excited for the possibility of that new project.
Yeah. because we're making a brand out of things. I feel like not necessarily, but I think that's part of that. But I'm just saying, I think we're stepping into that mindset,
Right.
and it's exciting.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
So I don't even know if I said an opportunity, but if I didn't, sorry. We're moving on.
oh well.
Pregnancy brain. So this week, guys, I was actually listening to Jammin' 94.5. No, they're not on Jammin' anymore. What is it? Hot 96? Romero,
0.9.
Pebbles, Melissa, the
Hot
local radio
96.9.
station. Yeah. And they had a unwritten rules like debate. And one of the things that they said that I actually brought it up to you and you were disagreeing with me. But that gave us the idea for this episode of like unwritten rules that we live by. The one that they mentioned that I was a pro and you were against it was if you're at the ATM, okay, the bank is open. It's during business hours, okay? If you have more than 2 transactions and there's people behind you, go inside the freaking bank. Why are you doing 18?
I said.
Huh?
That's what I said.
You did. I think you said no.
No, I said go inside the bank.
Oh, okay. I think
We
you
said the
well,
same thing.
I think you said, well, no, they're gonna have to wait.
No, I said absolutely not.
Oh, you said if they're closed. You're
Yeah,
right.
if
you
they're
said,
closed.
You said if the bank is closed, they're just gonna have to wait.
Yeah, but if it's open, go inside.
And I'm so thankful that I feel like people are breathing down my neck.
Oh my goodness, I get
So I would
nervous.
literally be like, oh, it's okay. I'll finish after and I'll let them go and then I'll do it like after them. But unwritten rule, I think 2 max transactions. And if you have a third and beyond and there's people behind you, you need to either go in the bank or like get in the back of the line because people are going to the ATM because they're in a rush.
I agree.
Like WTF.
Yeah.
Unwritten rule.
Unwritten rule.
Do you have another unwritten rule? Is there any other ones of like, let me see if we can do them like in categories.
The
Do
bank.
you have any other like bank / professional place?
I think the same thing goes through the drive-through.
How so?
Because sometimes, at least where I bank, right? It's a very uncomfortable.
Oh, the drive-through
in the banking.
Okay.
It's a very uncomfortable. Like when the line gets long, like you're in the way of like actual parking. Like it loops around, and so people can't even get into the parking lot to park to go inside the bank. So I understand because I do it. Like if I'm with my kid who's gonna drive me nuts, I have to go through the drive-through bank, right? The drive-through banking.
Yeah, it's just easier.
It's easier, it's more convenient when you're with children. But you're by yourself.
Deja la vagancia.
Deja la vagancia y parquéate. It sometimes takes longer to wait in the drive-through banking than going inside and doing what you got to do.
But what if you're wearing a pink jumpsuit that you didn't notice has a hole in the belly and you don't want to go inside?
You put your hand over it and you go inside.
Guys, I'm wearing a pink jumpsuit that has a hole in the belly. In case that wasn't obvious, I threw it on. I threw it on this morning and then I'm in the car and I realized there's a hole. I don't know how, it must have caught in something in the dryer. And now I'm making it bigger because now it's bothering me.
You kept putting your finger through
I
it.
know.
Leave it alone.
This is going in the trash anyway. It doesn't matter.
So that's what I think about drive-through banking. Like, have some courtesy. If there's no need for you to be in the drive-through line for the bank, go inside.
Oh, speaking of drive-through, would you say this is an unwritten rule? Have you ever been, it's never happened to me, but have you ever been in like, let's say a coffee, like Dunkin' Donuts, and you buy a coffee and they're like, oh, the person in front of you paid, you're all set.
Ooh.
Is it an unwritten rule that you have to keep it going?
I would feel like the jerk.
To be the one to end
be
it.
the one, thank you, and just drive away.
And drive off.
Even though that's in reality, that's what it should be. It's just, I feel, for me, I
do feel the pressure to keep it going.
I feel the pressure to keep going.
Unless it's like an $80 order, then I'm like, bueno. No sé. My coffee was $6.
I know.
Tell you.
I guess maybe it does depend on
the amount.
Yeah.
I feel like even if it was a high amount, I would give like a partial, like, okay, well, I mean, I wasn't planning on spending $80, but here's 10. Tell them, put it towards their bill. Because if I'm like, oh, I'll do it too. How much is it? And it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm like, bueno. No,
Yeah. But I do feel pressured.
100%.
Yeah.
Is that an unwritten rule?
I kind of, for me.
Yeah.
It might not be for anybody else, but for me. But how about if there's nobody behind you? You have to take it.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously.
I think the thing is to keep it going if somebody is
If
right
there's a
behind
long
you.
line.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
What
Okay,
else?
this one is the one I want to talk about because, whoa.
What?
Appropriate clothing in some places. Is that an unwritten rule? For example, I'm going to give two different examples. This one came about because I go to my gym. And in my gym, well, should I say the story of what happened to me?
Sure.
That's embarrassing.
Say it.
Okay. So I went to the gym and I was minding my own business. Now, guys, I usually wear, very large, oversized, like long tees that cover my frontal area and my buttocks. My buttocks.
My buttocks.
And sweaters. It doesn't matter how hot it is. I always wear a sweater to the gym. That's just how I feel comfortable. I also like to sweat extra hard. So I always just wear a sweater, like extra layers. Well, I had to do laundry this week and I didn't have, the things that I like to wear. And I had to wear, the bottom of the drawer, the things that you just never wear.
You don't throw them out, but they're just there for emergencies.
For an emergency,
Yeah.
but you hate wearing them. So I had to wear this little tight sweater that I hate. And I had to wear a short shirt because I didn't have extra long tees. And so I didn't have anything to wear, right? So I go to the gym uncomfortable already because I'm wearing things I don't like to wear. Now, I also wore pants that I never wear. I'm just going to leave that there. So for some reason, just, people were staring hard. People were staring hard and I was just so confused because, why look at me, right? People don't look at me. And so when I was done my workout, I go into the locker room and I look at the mirror and I wanted to die because I had literally media panties on as pants.
Her pants were
You
extremely
could see
see-through.
everything.
She didn't realize.
Oh my God, I was mortified. I ran out of the gym as fast as I could. And I never looked back. And this morning I was just hopefully nobody remembers, because it was just one of those things, right? But then that sparked the unwritten rule thing. Mm-hmm. Is there an unwritten rule of appropriate, gym clothing or attire that you wear? Because let me just tell you, there's some women there. What are you doing?
I understand inappropriate to you.
Very inappropriate. And it's
but what's inappropriate? How would you define?
And listen, don't come for me. This is just what
I'm going to come for you. I'm waiting so I can attack.
Oh, I'm sorry, but don't come for me. It's just, okay, I understand. We're in a culture where social media, a lot of people post their workouts. They want to look cute while they work out. I 100% understand that. That's not my MO, but if that's how you operate, that's great. My thing is that, Beverly's here sweating.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm not trying to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Judgmental, but you're even judging. Uncomfortable for me as I'm just in my gym minding my own business, doing my workout. Mm-hmm. And then this lady comes in every week. She wears the most revealing tight Gymshark sets. She's a small. She's let me get an extra small, right? And let me get the most see-through colors I can find. White. And you could see, you can see her nips. You can see the color of her areolas. I'm just saying, it's a lot. It's a lot. And so I think about, for me, one, that's not the way I operate. So, and I understand that everybody doesn't operate that way, but I'm just that's too much. And sometimes you're in a gym and there's all types of people in different types of, in different walks of life, married, not married, single, not single, people that just feel a certain way. And you're just there, deadlifting, con la raja de la nalga, see-through.
I'm going to disagree with you on this.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that an unwritten rule? Because for me, I feel do you wear cute sets, but there's a limit. If I can see the color of your areola, there's a limit.
I think because the gym is full of adults, you have to be 14 and older to go to the gym, right? I think if I feel like showing my nips, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to show my dark purple areola, okay? I just think that, do I feel comfortable? No. Because even as a woman who's not attracted to women,
I know.
You look.
I know.
Because it's whoa.
I know.
This is somebody's nipple.
Your nipples is almost a nipple slip.
But
a nip slip.
Do I think it's an unwritten rule? No. I think that if she feels comfortable.
If you're going to do all those crazy workouts, those hip thrusts and all of that, I'm sorry. I feel like it's too. And then stand in front of the mirror while you're doing it.
No,
I want to melt. And this goes back to
this
to
is
the,
different though. Like I've seen in Cocoa Keys, an indoor water
I was
park.
gonna say that was
I've
gonna be the
seen-
second one. Yeah.
I've seen like some bikinis and some bathing suits, and I'm like, whoa, this is
No, you
not
just see
Miami
it.
Beach.
Thong bikinis.
Yeah,
in
your
Cocoa
thong,
Keys,
like barely covering your nips, like.
and no, your butt out, your whole ass.
I think that because there's small children there that are
It's
gonna
a
be
family
like,
water park.
every child is not exposed to the same amount of skin, and because it's for children, I just don't see the need.
I was just gonna say that. I feel like that was gonna be my second one. Is that an unwritten rule that you don't wear a thong bikini to water country or to
I
Cocoa
think
Keys?
that the unwritten rule is there's certain attire that's inappropriate in certain places. I just don't think that the gym is one of those
I
places.
think so,
I think the church is one of those places.
for sure.
I think that like in our church there's no dress code, but there's certain things that you just don't wear.
Yeah.
What
would that be?
Unwritten rule. Like for me, because like I'm very pregnant now, there's dresses that I want to wear, but because my bump, they're like too short. So like if there's too much leg and your booty can almost show, that's probably not the right attire
maybe.
for church.
Maybe.
If there's a lot of cleavage going on, I don't know. I feel like Jesus doesn't need to see your cleavage.
He sees you in your flesh already. So.
I know, but I'm just trying to be funny. But
I know.
I don't know.
I agree.
I
But
don't
I
think
still
there's a
disagree
dress
with the gym.
code. I disagree. I think that if it's a place for just adults, you just gotta suck it up.
I don't want to suck it up because I have to see your nipple while I'm trying to just go on my walk.
Well, peekaboo.
All right.
Do we have any other clothes? Unwritten rules?
I don't think.
Oh, I do.
If you borrow,
I do.
What?
I do. The wedding, wearing white to somebody's wedding.
That's a good.
That's
one.
an unwritten rule. I feel like
Unless it's part of the dress code, you shouldn't wear that. Because there's some women. There's
there's black and white weddings or whatever, whether they do that on purpose. But
I
in
know.
general,
Yeah.
if it's just like a formal whatever, you don't wear a white dress to somebody's wedding. So I don't know.
No,
I
that
don't know
isn't
where that
unwritten
came
rule.
from, but it like
sure.
takes away from the bride. What else? I'm like trying to check them off. Okay, car ones. So this happened to me this morning. Okay, I dropped off Jason his school, and I'm trying to drive back and make it to Jonas's school before 9:00 so that he can sit down and have breakfast with his friends. And I'm like, wow, there's a lot of traffic. That's weird. There's usually no traffic. And I'm on the far left lane where people usually go a little faster, and I'm going like 50. And I'm like, why is there traffic only in this lane? And I'm like, that's strange. I switch lanes. I go forward. There is a baby blue. I think I'm triggered because I hated that car growing up. A baby blue Ford. Is it Ford Windstar? A minivan.
Oh God.
Remember that baby blue minivan that we had?
Oh my
Most
goodness.
hideous color.
Yeah.
Going like 55 in the far left lane. The unwritten rule is if you're going the speed limit,
That's not even the
below,
speed limit. That's the side part.
I mean, that guy was going below the speed limit.
That's
but
what
I
I'm
feel
saying.
like
You're not even going the speed limit.
in general, if you want to do the speed limit, get out of the far left lane, please, sir.
Go to the far right.
The rest of us who want to be speeding are here.
Yeah.
We've got places to be, and
No,
we're
for
late
real.
always.
Yeah. That
get
is
out.
an unwritten rule. I feel like that's known everywhere though.
Yeah.
You know? For sure. Okay. This one pisses me off and it brings me back to high school. It brings me back to like when I go to places where people should not be on speakerphone talking out loud. That drives me insane.
That's my mom.
And I
That's why I'm
look at
laughing.
people. I'm sorry.
My mom will be in the grocery store on speaker. I'm like, Mommy, am I on speaker? Yeah, I'm in Market Basket. Mommy, take me off speaker, please.
No, and I look at people that in the face. I'm like, are you serious? Because there's no need that I need to know every detail of your conversation because you decide that you want to put someone on speaker. I hate that. And the same goes for when people play music.
I've seen that.
That drives me nuts.
But
And
that
it
was
brings
a
me
thing
back to
when
high
we were
school.
younger.
It brings me back to high school with the pre
pre-pre.
and everybody used to walk around with their Ja Rule and their lean back and all that stuff.
And Sean DePaul.
And
A
Sean
todo que da.
DePaul down the hallways when I'm trying to learn, disrupting my education.
Which sister?
With her first car.
No, we're talking about like let's say
cell phone.
I'm walking in the mall. Oh, okay, I saw this in the mall last week. We went to the mall and there was three boys, maybe 16, 17, walking around the mall, and one of them had music a todo lo que da, just walking. Like, are you serious? Why?
I know. Get headphones.
No, I guess all three of them wanted to hear it.
I
but
don't
it's like,
care. This is
hear
not
it
the time or the
outside.
place.
I don't know. Am I getting old with that? Because I find that annoying. I
No,
was
babe.
like, what are
I
you
found
guys
that
doing?
annoying even in high school. I would cringe. It's like secondhand embarrassment for me to see people do that. The same way that people like talk out loud on speakerphone. It's like we don't need to do. Like I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
And that's the
even
same-
FaceTime. Sometimes we're on FaceTime, and it's I put the volume
Me too,
down.
that only
and
I
if
could
it's
hear you.
personal, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, babe, I'll call
Even
you
if
regular.
it's not personal, babe, I just think it's rude. That's just me. And I feel the same way. And maybe now I'm getting triggered because I feel the same way with people driving around at 7 a.m. with their kitty poles, with the dembo on a todo lo que da.
Miss me with that. If it's 7 a.m. and I feel
Babe,
like
I
I
see
feel like
that.
listening to Raulín, tililing, tililing at 100, I'm gonna do it. It's my car. Get out of here. What do you mean?
I thought you were on my side.
I'm not on your side.
I'm
with this
sorry.
one. It's my car.
I think that's
Get out of here.
disrespectful. No, it's 7. It's 7.
I'm in my car. If I have
don't
all the
care.
windows
You're in the
rolled
public
down.
way with a kitty. It's not like you have it just on blast.
Well, I
You
don't
have
own a kitty pole. And
do you know what
Zacaria
kitty
doesn't
pole
go
is? That
brr,
bass.
brr. The bass. It's like a child-sized bass in the backseat.
When I could hear a bass from my living room. Now think about how far my street
The thing is that you feel the bass. It's not because it's loud. It's because you
okay,
can like
so
literally
thank
feel.
you. That's why I said kitty pole. So it doesn't matter if your music is loud. It's not rattling through my living room.
But this comes back to I don't think it's an unwritten rule
I think
because it's
so.
my vehicle and I
think
do
you're
what
in
I
the
want.
public. You don't own the street. Sorry.
Bueno, close your curtain. Close your windows. boo.
Close my curtain.
Close your curtain and your windows. What else? Okay, how about this one? Let's say I'm trying to show you a picture, like, oh babe, look at Jonas in school. This is so cute. And then you start scrolling to the other pictures.
Yeah, that's rude.
Rude. First of all,
Unwritten rule for sure.
unwritten rule. You don't know what I got in my.
You don't want to know.
You
No,
don't.
I'm kidding.
You don't know what type
I don't
of
really have
screenshots
anything,
I'm
but
saving.
just I
I don't have anything
that's
interesting,
privacy.
but it's just
That's privacy.
it's very nosy.
Yeah, it's like
And-
calm down.
and
people
I
do that
have-
all the time.
Let me tell you, I have accidentally done that and seen some stuff that I didn't want to see.
Ooh.
And you know how? The like the photo album has like the little tiny pictures in the bottom. And I'm like, whoa, and I give it back like, here you go. Here you go. Awkward.
Yeah, yeah. Very awkward. Yeah, no, that's a
Good unwritten rule.
yeah, for sure.
I just realized we both wrote the same thing in two different ways.
What?
Don't put music on speakers in a public place when it's just for you.
For real. That drives me nuts.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that qualify for New York?
What do you mean?
People who sit outside and put the
No, because they're trying to put on a show in New York. They're trying to put on a
Yeah,
show. They
that's
have their
different.
little, bucket or whatever to get money. That's different.
Well, that's
Then
not
you.
it.
What do you mean?
When they sit outside the barbershop?
When you see, no, not even a barbershop, but like in a vecindario, like literally.
New York doesn't count. For any of these conversations, New York doesn't count. New York doesn't count. Let's just leave it out.
And that's different because it's not putting music just for you. That's like, you're gathering, you probably have a hookah and you're like talking
Yeah.
on the sidewalk.
That sounds like un colmadón when you go to DR. When you're just trying to, dame dos de salsa ahí, and they have like a whole bachata encendida ahí.
I think that there's an unwritten rule about the last thing. So you wrote like if you're using the toilet paper and you use the last bit, you put in a new roll.
Yeah,
And I wrote like because this happens in my house and it drives me crazy.
I saw that.
The juice. Okay, we don't even buy juice. So I'm going to say the milk, right? The gallon of milk. There is a sliver left of milk. And then you go on and put that back in the fridge. That is disrespectful. Throw the darn thing away.
Yeah.
Why you got to leave for me to throw it away?
Yeah.
Or cookies, right?
Like
We'll buy cookies.
half of a eaten cookie.
They'll leave 3 crumbs so that they can have the excuse that there was one more. Throw it away. Stop being so... The trash is literally 5 feet away.
Yeah,
Ugh.
for sure.
I'm triggered. What else? Another one that triggers me. Because I just have good luck for these things. If you want to borrow something from me, okay? That's cool. Borrow it. But if you have to borrow it every other day, every week, multiple times, it's time that you buy this thing because this is clearly something that you use often
And that you need, yeah.
and that you need. And after, like, if you're borrowing something, it's
Like,
cool.
give me an example.
Okay, I have this battery thing.
Oh yeah, for the car.
And of course, this is my mom, whom I love dearly. But at one point, she kept needing it to like jumpstart her car, maybe 3-4 times a week. Finally, I was like, "Mommy, if you need a new battery, let's go get you a new battery. Or if you need one of these little machines, I will buy you one. Because what's the or just keep it and I'll buy a new one.
Yeah.
If you have to borrow it all the time,
Yeah.
you need it. You shouldn't be borrowing. You should
It's
own
not a
one.
one-time borrow.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Do you
100%.
agree?
Yeah, for sure.
What else? How about the whisper back one? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, like if somebody whispers something to you, you have to whisper back.
Yeah,
but
you
some
don't
people
talk
be like,
in a regular
"No, I don't
voice."
think so."
I whispered for a reason.
I know, right? Who, her?
Exactly. King.
Yeah.
Right there behind her? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I saw that. Do you think, and this is for like a date, like between like a romantic partnership or potential?
You see where she's. You see it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but when they go a sound low, no, they're gonna ring a decina porque the
She
mic is
forgets.
right here.
She forgets
The mic is right here. Her mouth is right here.
Okay,
all the time.
sorry,
Even when we
Jess.
were on
Dang.
video, it was the same thing.
God.
But mueve la silla.
I'm
Mueve.
good. I'm good.
No venga después cuando no se oye.
Okay, I could hear myself.
Do you think, and this is me being traditional and old school and a vieja, okay? Do you think that whoever invites to the date, which in my case, it would usually be the guy. I don't think I've ever invited a guy on a date. Do you think whoever invites has to pay for the dinner?
Yes.
Even if, what if the girl invites? Does she pay? Or does it automatically
This is my
land on the
thing,
man?
and this is where I feel like it's a little for me. For me, and this is just for me. I am very traditional in a lot of ways, so I kind of expect that. Now,
Kind of expect which part?
I can expect that I'm not paying the first, second, or third date. I to me, if I'm really interested, and it doesn't have to be like something expensive. It could be something like coffee, or because people automatically like, oh, you're a gold digger. No, it could be literally like, let's go for coffee. My thing is this: if I also feel like it can be that a woman pays. It's okay to pay for dates too. It's okay to be like, no. For real, this time I want to do it. And not just fake it. Let me go for my card and wait to see how long he puts his card out. It's okay to be like, no, for real, I'm gonna pay. I got this.
or split it?
I know. It's okay for a woman to be like, I fully got this. That's me. My opinion. Not all the time.
I think that's fine, but not on the first date.
No, that's why I said not the first, second, or third. Now, after that, for sure. I mean, I've seen some TikToks where these women sometimes too, the problem with dating culture is that a lot of people go on dates to see what they can get out of the first date. And that's why a lot of
Do
men
you really think that?
Yes, I've heard it. And
think
that's why I
that
think a lot of men,
happens
especially
sometimes.
because you don't, it's an investment and you don't know, you really don't know if it's going to turn into something. So sometimes it's a really bad date and you're down $100 something. And that's not fair. My thing is like, let's go on a couple easy, like let's go on a walk. Let's go for coffee. Let's go do something that's no pressure on both of us and we'll see where we stand. And if we want to continue, then that's different. You know, then that person could be like, you know what? Let's go on this date for real because I'm really feeling you. These last little couple of no pressure dates that we have, I've really enjoyed your company. But a lot of women expect from the first date, like I just found you on Hinge or whatever, and let's go to Mastro's and let me order all these things. And it's like, you don't even know my pockets.
And then when they get the Venmo bill.
the Venmo
Yeah,
request.
but to me, I think that's also disrespectful and rude. I feel like there has to be a balance, you know? So that's just me and my unwritten rules.
For me, see, my unwritten rules are I've spoken about this here, I think financially, and I'm speaking as somebody who has not been on dates. Okay. I went on one date with John and we were a thing. Then we're 12 years later, here we are. Like, I'm not a dater. So I'm pretty much sucking out of my butt right now. But if I ever had to go back on the dating scene, I do have that traditional, like, the man is the provider kind of stance.
And I get that, babe.
And like once we're in a relationship, that's different because our finances are one.
But you're just dating.
And again, maybe I'm just talking out of my butt because I've never had to do it.
I feel like that's.
It depends on who invites. Because if it's the female, then I mean you're inviting me to a date. Then.
But I also don't think it has to be something like, let's go for dinner. It could be something so.
Okay, but let's say somebody named Juan calls you right now and says, well, and you're not married, and says, hey, let's go to this.
Let's go La Greca. That's different.
Okay, but if they're telling you we're gonna go to the steakhouse in Boston. You know you don't eat steak, but let's say you're gonna eat lobster.
Well, there's probably lobster there, so.
We're going to a steakhouse. Are you gonna say no? Let's go get coffee instead?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But if he's inviting you there and your pockets can't pay half of that bill, that's gonna be $300.
Is that the person is expecting for this person to take them somewhere expensive,
Or somewhere fancy the first date, and I'm like,
so if you don't take them there, then that date is not worth it.
I understand.
But I get what you're saying too about like. But for me,
But if it was his idea and he chose the expensive spot, why would he expect for me to pay for half of that?
and I understand that,
Like,
but
if
you
your
know what? That's
pockets didn't have
happened.
it for
That's
that.
happened. That's happened.
Then why? I don't get that.
Exactly, and that's why dating culture is exhausting right now because these things are happening. I see it all the time on TikTok. These men say, "Hey, let's go here," and then when they get there and they are both done ordering, the man is like, "So, are you gonna pay your half?"
And this is the thing.
The man's like, you're gonna pay your half.
Well, that's true.
We need to break somebody out here who's actually in the dating scene because you and I have not
Barney.
dated in forever.
This is why I know these things.
See, I'm just talking out of my butt. And
No,
what I
I'm
see on
talking out of
Netflix.
like me and Vonnie have had these conversations often.
I want to talk to her about that. It sounds like a fun combo.
It's not. It's exhausting. She's tired.
No, the conversation,
Oh,
not
okay.
the actual situation.
She hates
no.
dating.
Even on that podcast that I listen to, girls gotta either go on dates, and it's just like
It's the same
The
thing.
expectation
about
is
paying.
crazy.
they say it's very slim pickings there.
It's hard. It's out there. Listen, I wouldn't want to be single right now. That sounds like.
So the way they say it's like it's hard to go through the trash in New York.
For real though.
Damn. The trash in New York. That's what they're comparing men to? Trash?
Well, in New York too, the culture is different. This is turning into something completely different.
I know. I don't know. I hate the men are trash talk. I feel like
Me
if you
too.
think men are trash, guess what you're gonna attract, and guess what you're gonna focus on. Your amygdala is gonna ignore all the good men and look at all the trash men.
Not only from men, including women.
Okay, if you think people are trash, then guess what you're gonna encounter? Trash people. I know. I'm
eyeing
rubbing
that
his belly.
sandwich.
It's my sandwich, Teddy. Get out of here.
He's like, drop it.
Okay, let's talk about bathroom rules.
Oof.
Okay, this is one for men, right? That I've heard. If you're gonna use the urinal, right, and there's empty space so that there's space between you and the next person, you don't go right next to, this guy that's
Who's
peeing.
already peeing? Yeah.
Well, that's something that we can't say.
No, but
No,
men
no.
say this.
But men say this all the time.
that it's like,
if
dude, there's another
it
urinal
makes
in
sense to
between us.
me as a woman too.
Well, first of all, where the hell do they have that?
The urinals?
I don't get it.
Just use a fucking toilet.
Well, I don't know. I don't have a
'Cause they
wiener,
still have a
but
toilet.
I don't have a wiener either. But that just seems like
it's just
I always
easier.
thought it
They
was
don't
weird.
have to. Urinals?
yes,
Why is it weird? They don't have to take off their pants.
but they take out their
They can still
member.
do it. They can still do it in a closed bathroom, in a closed.
Like
They
we don't have
have.
urinals at home.
Okay, but urinals have the little, like half.
I still think it's weird.
There's no privacy.
Guys are not like women though. I think the privacy is if there's 5 stalls and you're in the far left one and all the ones in the middle are empty, I'm gonna go to the far right one because you don't need to be near me when we're like doing our pee-pees. I don't know. But that's for men, just because that's one that I see a lot and hear a lot. Like, why are you coming right next to me when there's a bunch of empty ones? Teddy, get out of my face. This is my bread.
He's killing me with the bread.
Jessica made me a ham and cheese sandwich, and Teddy's over here begging. I'm not sharing.
He's looking.
He's like, drop it.
I'm not gonna drop it either.
Okay.
Watch me drop it now.
Going back to the bathroom one, like for girls, people don't understand why a lot of women go to bathrooms together. That's just an unwritten rule for women.
You don't let your
You
girl
don't
go alone.
go to the bathroom by yourself. We go as a pack.
We're a unit. What do you mean?
In the club especially. We're chain holding hands and we're going to the
In
we're
the
going
club,
to the bathroom.
If there's 3 of us together,
all three of us are going to
doing
the bathroom.
everything together. We got to go give our coats into the coat rack lady. Guess
Together.
what we're doing? We're all going.
Yeah.
We're going to the bathroom. Let's go. Hold hands.
Honestly, when I think about that, I don't miss that.
Me neither.
That sounds. Why were we doing that?
And we had to take 100 selfies in the bathroom. Of course.
Well, that's just, I think it's more for protection.
No, I'm saying
no.
going to the club though.
Oh.
Doing all that in the club.
Well, you love
Like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, and you're like, I have to squeeze your weight through people.
And you have to squat because the toilets are all
It's
gross.
nasty. Yuck.
Yeah, but I mean, you also have to squat in the mall, so it's not. Just
I
a
squat
club.
everywhere,
It's not just a club, so.
but it's very hard to do when you have heels on. You need to have
And
a
you
certain
couple
ability.
and you have a couple of sex on the beaches, and
And you're like, oh, whoa, why am I spinning?
those when the floor is slippery.
Oh, it's
good
disgusting.
old times. Good old times.
Yuck.
Hey, we lived,
And you
That's
need to
it.
pee
We
at
lived,
the
we
right
moved.
angle because you don't want it to drip down your legs.
That's
Oh my God.
That's the one thing about being a female, bro. You cannot pee on the side of the road because
I pee on
I
the side of the
know.
road. I have.
I have.
I cannot forget, but por ahí, and I'm like, no.
No, but you have to open wide enough and
You have to
squat
open
low
wide
enough.
and squat super low. I've had to pee on the side of the road.
And that
Now,
wind does not feel nice.
as an adult,
All those cars passing.
I don't remember as an adult peeing on the side.
No, as an adult, I never did
But
it.
as a
But
kid,
when I was a
100%.
kid, oh, my parents were
100% I
like,
had to.
bathrooms,
Those
what?
cars just drying you up.
Yeah, no, literally.
Okay,
Oh,
this is another one that's kind of related, right? Because it reminded me of when we were at the club and there was a creepy guy trying to hit on you, like being very aggressive with the trying to hit on you. You always rescue a girl that you see, even if you don't know this person.
Wait, what?
You rescue them. Okay, there's a creepy guy trying to hit on you and being kind of forceful about it.
Oh, yes, I remember
You as
this.
a girl, even if I don't know you,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
pretend
yeah.
I know you, and I'm like, "Hey, I've been looking for you. Let's go. The car's outside. Let's go." And I'll give her the eye. She'll give me the eye, and we both know, like, okay, this guy's bothering me. You know,
That's
if
true. I remember
I've
that.
done this.
I mean, Bonnie, all the time, you know, for people out there in the world, they probably think I'm a lesbian because the amount of time that Bonnie has made me hold her hand, oh my goodness, we're going through a group of guys that are being very aggressive. That's happened when we were teenagers. It happened all the time. Walking down Lawrence Street, oh,
With the cat calls and everything.
oh my goodness, no, and they were aggressive about it because you know they would, when we would leave high school and we needed to go to like friends' houses. We needed to go through there, and so like there was times she was like, we're approaching a group of guys. Hey, I already knew my role. She would hold my hand. She's like, this is my girlfriend. Why was I always the girlfriend? I mean, we were both the girlfriends, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it work?
They were like, I'll take the both of you once.
I kind of thought that was not gonna work.
They're like, we don't care. Oh, that was funny.
Let me see.
I hate that so much.
Oh, how about this one? If you take a picture, right? Back to the club. Let's say it's us three, me, you, and Jessica. We're in the Malaya's bathroom and we take a picture in the mirror. We have a picture like that. That's why I said it. And I look great. I look popping. You
Wow.
look snatched. And Jessica has one eye open, one eye closed in the middle of a sneeze.
We're cutting her off. I'm photoshopping her ass.
She's in the middle. What do we
she's
do?
in the middle.
The
She's wearing
unwritten
that
rule
picture.
is, even though I look like a goddess, I can't
I
post
put a
this
smiley
picture.
face on
You
her.
can't
Wow.
post it because all you gotta do is call Cynthia and me.
Post it by myself.
Yeah.
I think the unwritten rule is I can't post you.
Yes,
If
for
you're
sure.
in my picture and
Yeah.
I
And
look
you
great,
look like
but,
a hot mess?
but you're in the middle of a sneeze, I cannot.
I would save it to extort you, but
I would definitely send it to you privately. Be like, mira que estúpida tú te
it's like all those pictures we have of you that we just
I hate you guys,
Yeah.
all of you.
yeah.
The
we
amount-
don't post them.
The
but
amount of
we would
pictures that
make
they all
money.
have of me.
We would make
in the
money.
middle of
Jessica
it.
and I would have. Oh my goodness, guys! If you want any of those pictures, just hit us. No, I'm kidding. It's so.
Patreon. I'll put them out.
Oh my goodness, they're so good because she's always with some random stuff on FaceTime
Leave
or
me alone.
somewhere, and so we always catch it an opportunity, and we
The problem
snatch
is
a
that
screenshot.
I have very strong facial expressions. Okay.
Yeah,
I speak with my eyebrows, my nose,
Your
my
eyeballs.
lips, all of it. So I'm very expressive in my face when I talk. So I make funny faces. So leave me alone. The picture thing. So would you say that's an unwritten rule?
yeah. And there's some people that don't care. They'll be like, I look good. I'm
I
sorry.
look good. I don't care. That is
They
messed up. That is not your friend.
And they just post it. Oh my goodness.
Beverly, ¿qué te dan un pan?
No. Okay. If you're making plans, right? Let's say me and you, Cynthia, want to go out to coffee, but we want it to just be me and you. We're not gonna sit here and plan it in front of Jessica. How awkward is that?
Oh my goodness, that's so
And then
rude.
exactly. But like, what if she just assumes that because we're planning in front of her, she's invited too, and then we have to be like, actually,
I think
it's
that's
just me and you.
I think that's rude. I would
Yeah.
never
You guys
do
have
that.
done it before.
What?
When?
When are you putting us? First of all, why are you putting us on blast on air? Why are you putting us on blast on air? And when have we done this
Yeah, when?
specifically?
You want me to put a receipt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pull receipts.
Pull the receipts.
She's
Oh, she
pulling
got real
guys.
receipts.
She's actually going through her text.
Damn.
Let's move on before she tells us off here. When you're giving a gift to somebody, you have to take the tag off, like
For
the
sure.
price.
For sure.
I don't know why that's an unwritten rule, but I've always felt kind of like rude. I don't
leaving
know
the price
why
on
it's rude.
Because our parents used to do that. Quítale el precio.
And you know what else? If you're gonna give somebody money on their birthday or whatever, you put it in a card or in an envelope. You don't just hand them cash.
Yeah.
It depends.
No.
What does it depend on?
If it's you, I'll give you the cash.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's different. But let's say you're going to a birthday
A
party.
birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
I will stop
It just looks-
and pay $5 for a card.
Me too.
Because I need the
Which I
card.
hate paying
I know.
$5 for a stupid card that's gonna get thrown away.
Yeah.
You're gonna take the $40 and throw away the card.
You're not even
but
going to read the card.
Just
but-
take a piece of paper, fold it, and write it.
That's also cheap.
Maybe I don't know. At least in an envelope. Like from my baby shower, I got a lot of envelopes with just like from this person.
Yeah,
to
that's
Beverly.
different though. It wasn't like rolled up cash, all wrinkly.
Oh my
and
gosh, you know
sweaty.
what happened to me once? Somebody was giving me money for what was it for? Oh, to send it to John when John was in DR. And it was a male friend of his, and he freaking slid it into my back pocket.
Oh,
Excuse us. I called John immediately. I was like, "Do you know what your friend did?" I was like, "Whoa!" It like caught me off guard. Anyway,
So you didn't feel anything going through your ass?
through
did.
my ass.
she did. That's why she jumped.
First of all, I said my back pocket. I didn't say they put it in my butt crack, Jessica.
Damn.
What is wrong with you?
I missed that whole part. I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, she felt it.
Yeah, of course I was shocked. Of course I felt. Do you think this is an unwritten rule? If you're like in an elevator, right? Like I've been going to all these appointments every 2 weeks now, and they're in the hospital, so you have to go up and down the elevator to get to the actual OBGYN. If somebody's waiting to get into the elevator, do they have to wait for whoever's inside to get out first?
Yeah.
I feel like that's an unwritten rule.
Yeah.
I feel like it's rude when they try to squish in and you're still
Yeah,
trying
you're
to get
just
out.
trying to get out.
I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, can you let me get out so you
That's
can
an
come in?
unwritten rule for sure.
Jeez. And like we don't really go on subways and trains, but I feel like the same goes for that.
I mean,
too.
think about the airport.
What about the airport?
When in Florida, when we're trying to get in and people are trying to rush out. But people are trying to rush in because there's so many people waiting. You know?
Chaos.
It was chaos.
Oh, do this one, babe.
You don't serve seconds?
Yeah.
Oh. We were talking about like in a buffet style situation, like
Like in an event.
if someone, like let's say a wedding or a birthday party, and
Or a baby shower.
or a baby shower, right? And the food is being served buffet style. You do not overserve yourself and like put mountains of food on your plate until you know that everybody ate, and then you know that it's safe to go for seconds. Is that an unwritten rule?
I think so too. And not only like in events, even like I'm at your house, right? And you made what do you make that's really good? Oh, Alfredo. You made shrimp Alfredo, right? And pasta. I'm not gonna serve myself a mountain, and I'm not gonna try to go back for seconds unless I know that Jael ate, Cairo ate, you took out enough for lunch, and then there's some more. You know, that's like rude.
Yeah, I think that's very rude, and I see people do that all the time.
The mountains of food and then throw it away.
That's another thing. When they serve cuando comen con los ojos.
Yeah, unwritten rule. Are you
For sure.
choking?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, this one.
Which one?
Don't leave your shopping cart in the middle of the grocery aisle.
How so?
Okay, I'm gonna set the scene for you because this happens to me every week.
Set the scene.
Annoying.
It's because you shop at Walmart. But keep
Well,
going.
not only in Market Basket too, and in Aldi's because the aisles are, especially if you, depending on the time you go, it's very busy. And so people are like going over you trying to get things. But the worst part is when people leave their cart like literally in the middle where nobody can like even bypass them. When the car is literally like just like, and they're like looking and they don't even make an exception. Like they don't even make an effort to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me move my car so that you can pass.
No, and then when you touch and you move it, they're like looking at you.
Oh no,
Looking at you, but
if
don't
they,
touch
if
my
they don't
cart.
get the hand, I'm pushing the car.
I push the car.
I'm like, I need to go. And I need to get that soap while you're thinking there.
I need the avocado oil right above you. So
Dude,
excuse me.
and it's like, and they'll stay there like, and they'll look at you. No, you can't pass. And they'll be like, oh, okay. So I push their cart. And
no, I don't push the car, but I will say, I'm sorry. Can I get by?
No. Especially if you see me already and you made no effort. You know I can't pass.
Communication, babe. Hello.
No, thank you.
We're working on being better humans here.
You know what's another unwritten rule then?
What?
And this one really drives me insane. No,
Is
this one
turning
is
into
so
this
rude.
takes Cynthia off episode?
No, this is rude because I think it's just like, it tells me who you are as a person. I'm sorry. And if you guys do it, you better stop doing it.
What?
When people don't put their carts back in the cart
Monsters.
and they just leave it in the
That
parking
is
lot
so
and it hits
rude.
other cars.
That is so rude.
And when it's raining and stuff, like, and the wind is just like taking these shopping carts and like throwing, I think that's disrespectful.
I feel like it's something so small, but I feel like it shows the type of person that you are.
But that's what I'm saying.
Am I? Are we crazy?
I don't care how far. Target is notorious for this. Target's.
Oh
little-
no! In Target, I'm leaving it.
What?
In Target, I'm leaving
In
it.
Target, I feel like they have two shopping things
Because
and they're so far.
You have to walk 3 miles to put the cart away.
Yeah, but I
I'm
don't do
leaving
that.
it.
You know what I do? I park close to it.
What if
Oh, not all of us have that privilege. So I park wherever I can park.
No, because they're farther down in the parking lot. So if you park close, like if you park further away from the door, that's where they are usually. So I usually park closer to that. So when I'm done, I could just put my car. I'm not leaving my cart. And I feel like a monster pushing it over the ledge of like where the little trees are. People be doing that.
In the little, what is that called?
I don't know. The mulch thing.
It's like a little sidewalk, like raised the sidewalk.
And people be
thing.
like putting their carts there, looking at you in the face and just walking to their car. I'm like, you monster.
We're judging. Yes, we're judging.
And I'm
guys.
sorry because I'm working on my judgment. But it's just like, I think about this. Like people that work so hard for their cars. They're paying their cars off. And then, those cars with the winds, they hit and ding cars.
Yeah.
And that's rude.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous. Like if you're...
sorry if one of them hit your car?
She's triggered.
No. No, but I've seen it hit other cars. Thankfully, it's never hit my car, but I've seen that I know of. But I've seen it hit other cars. And I've been the person to get out of my car when I know that it's going to hit a car and bring it to the little cart thing. Because
You're a better person than me then because
I just feel bad.
I don't know if I
And
could
I think
get
also
out of my
I've seen
car
when
in
it's
the
really
rain.
rainy, like and the wind is crazy, those cars go in the middle and can cause an actual accident.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do it either.
I go as far as like leaving the boys in the car running, even con este panzón, running because I don't want to leave them alone for more than 2
But that's why I
seconds.
park closer so that I don't have to do that.
I park closer to the door because I have 2 runners.
Yeah, but either way, you're going to be running. Either with the car or with the boys. Whichever.
I would rather run with the cart than with 2 boys that can go in opposite directions and I'm only one person. Again, my biggest fear.
Again, my biggest fear.
Well, I've said here that I
Yeah,
lost
you
Jason
lost
Market
Jason.
Basket.
You know what?
Chicken
We
butt.
were one of these episodes, I think maybe the next one or something, we're going to have an episode on story time because I have a story on the time I got lost in Rockingham Mall and I'll never forget it. It was traumatizing and I was 7 and I'll never forget it.
I got lost in Water Country once.
Oh, that's scary.
I was little. I don't remember too much.
See, but my memory is so good. All these traumatic things I remember to a T.
I wasn't scared.
Oh, I was terrified.
That's
I
why
was
it would like didn't scar
snot
me.
coming down my mouth. I mean, my nose into my mouth.
Yum.
And it was my mom's face that did it for me. My mom's face was like,
We would get lost in Ames. Remember that store Ames?
yes. I know.
We would get lost all the time.
In
but
Bradley's.
We were in Bradley's too. We weren't scared. I would always go to customer service and be like, "Can you call my mom?" And they would be like, we have Beverly in the front here. Beverly's parents, please
My
come to the
mom me
front."
daba unos cocotazos así, like so subtle, but like right here.
No, mamita va a curar with those three.
No, well, we didn't do it. My mom was very like, stop doing that. Yeah.
My mom
No, but
didn't
that
care.
time in the mall, I need to say that story. And then in the one with my sister, I also have to say that story.
What? How much time do we have left now?
No, we're going to have an episode on
A
this.
story time episode?
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Okay, so you added one here that I don't agree with.
Uh-oh.
This is the only one we haven't said so far.
Uh-oh.
I don't agree with it in that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Say it.
Cynthia wrote, if you borrow somebody's car, you fill up the tank before you return it.
I don't mean that completely.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that it's the same as when you rent a car. You fill it to the line that you found it.
Exactly.
And that's what I was going to say. That it's an unwritten rule to me, like rental places, where you're supposed to return it the way that they gave it to you.
Of
So
course.
if it's full and you use a quarter of a tank, then you're going to fill it up until it's full again.
Yes.
And wherever you found it, wherever it was borrowed, you know.
Leave it, you put it back to how they
Yeah.
gave it to you or more. Like if I have the funds to fill up your tank because you did me the favor, I'm doing it.
Yeah,
But
for
if
sure.
that week is a little crusty for me, I'm sorry, but I will at least leave it to where you had it.
I agree.
That's why I was like,
No.
Depende.
I put it there to talk about that
Got it.
specifically.
Got it.
Yeah, because I agree. It's like the rental places. That's the reason why they have it like that. It's fair to put it back to where you found it or how you found it.
Now, is it an unwritten rule that if I borrow your car and there's a new scratch on it that you haven't recognized, am I responsible for it?
No. What I would do is bring it up to your attention. I'm like, did you see the scratch here? Before. And that's what I do when in rental places too. I take a picture of the car. I don't care what they tell me. I'm taking a picture with them there so that I have it timestamped so that if something happened, I'll be like, absolutely not.
So if we go to this cabin in December.
We took pictures when we went to Florida. Remember that I was like, I don't want them to blame us for this. I took pictures and I sent it directly.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, thank you for letting us know. They didn't even know.
Oh, that there was a stain in the carpet.
Yeah. And I was like, that wasn't us.
Well, if we end up going to anywhere for Christmas and we end up, last time we rented a big,
Cabin.
not cabin, a big thing to drive there.
A van.
Now I know that it's going to be you taking pictures of all the stuff in case there's anything happening. A mí se me olvida. I have too much going on.
Because it's scary to have to deal with the repercussions of that.
Yeah, you're right.
And so I don't play that.
You're right.
Because then they want to put your insurance goes up. I'm not playing with that. Absolutely not. So.
Okay. Do you have any unwritten rules, Jessica, of gaming? Is there any unwritten rules of gaming? I feel like there's one. I'm not even a gamer and there's one.
What?
If you're like playing a game where you have your headphones and you're like mic and there's a whole party in the background, like mute yourself or don't put the mic. Like that's rude. Nobody wants to hear your parents arguing and your bachata and the shower going and the air fryer. Like, come on.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
I'm not even a gamer, but that would annoy the crap out of me.
Well, nobody needs to hear you breathe.
She said, nobody needs to hear you breathe. So is that an unwritten rule? If you're like,
Yeah, if you're a heavy breather, then
That's Cairo right there.
That's me. I'm a
I
heavy
ask him
breather.
multiple times. I'm like, "Are you okay?" Yeah. He breathes so
train
heavy.
yourself how to breathe better. I don't know. Get yourself.
Get some Vicks.
no, you can just like step away from the mic. Like I'm a heavy breather, but when I'm breathing hard, I like push back a little
Am I
bit.
heavy breathing?
I haven't noticed. John's the one who always tells me that I'm a heavy breather.
No, Cairo is, and I'm like, should I be concerned about this? He'd be like, but he's fine.
I don't know if this is an unwritten rule, but just because I'm a female gamer doesn't mean I'm looking for a date.
Oh, I didn't know about that one. We're not gamers, but she said in the gaming world, unwritten rule, just because she is a female gamer doesn't mean she's gaming looking for a date. She just
Or looking
likes
for someone
to be a
like a
gamer.
boyfriend and stuff. Ah.
Are female gamers that like
It's sexy to a lot of
hard
people.
to find?
Yes.
Huh. So you're a sparsity? Is that a word?
Well, there's a lot of female gamers. It's just that they don't play a lot of multiplayer games like that. They just play like simple games.
Oh. But you're like in the big boy league games.
Sometimes.
Whippa.
Yeah, that's why she got thousands of likes. I'm still salty about that.
Yeah, guys, she made it.
I'm
so
still
who she?
salty about that.
No, you gotta say why you're salty.
Okay, I'm salty because right here we are. Beverly and I working our little tailbones off, being so strategic about the clips that we pick and the wording that we use to put up these clips.
The caption, the hashtags.
The caption. Jessica, we've been pushing her to start a TikTok.
You need to work on being more
What?
detallista, like da más detalle. You're talking about on TikTok.
That's what I'm saying.
On our Tipsy
We've been
and
pushing
Truthful
Jessica to start a TikTok. She starts this TikTok. Like I said, Beverly and I have been putting up our TikToks with our captions and I 30 likes in that. We're like, woohoo. Jessica makes her first TikTok. And it's her showing a game or, what is that called? Like when you share, like when you streaming a game, right? A clip of a game that she was playing. She put it up at 9 p.m. or something.
This account has no name on it.
No name.
No picture on it.
No caption.
No,
maybe
nothing.
one caption.
Maybe 2 hashtags, si acaso.
Oh my God. And we woke up and Beverly was the one that oh my goodness. And I look and it's hundreds of I was like, are you kidding me?
So let me get this straight. You just went viral for playing a video game. Nobody even knows who you are, nothing. And we're over here struggling to get 28 likes.
I was like,
Jessica,
that's great
Cynthia's
for you,
salty.
Jessica. I was so mad. I mean, I was happy for her because she finally listened to it, but I was like, dang it. Should we just leave this?
You guys creeping on my profile.
I was like, this loser. How did she get 100 something likes? Oh, not even 3 hours later. Anyways.
It's okay.
We're still working on it. We're not going to give up. We're going to find our tribe.
We know you're out there, babes.
Yeah, for real.
Do we have a name for our tribe?
We always say babes, so I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be complicated. It could
Okay.
be babes.
All right. Oh, we have our babes.
Yeah.
We see you, babes, out there.
Yeah.
All 28 of you liking our post.
No, we haven't been saying.
What? Oh my goodness, we haven't been telling you guys. We are the #1 Latina-owned podcast in the world. Mm-hmm. And we keep forgetting. I keep forgetting.
Me too.
Shame on us.
Shame. But anyways.
Anyway, yeah.
This was a fun little episode.
That was our little, episode here. We were supposed to actually ask all of you.
Yeah, but honestly, our brain, Beverly's pregnancy brain has bounced on me.
No, you have frantic doing 100 errands brain.
Oh, that's true.
That's nothing with me, girl.
Yeah, it is.
That's your
I
own
like to blame
stuff.
you though. Because your memory, we're both just
My memory sucks, but that's
yeah.
before pregnancy, so it just always sucks.
It's gotten worse.
I mean, yeah, that's a thing. Guys,
Yeah,
look it
that's
up. Pregnancy brain is an actual
No,
thing.
it really is though. It really is. We're not just saying it to say it. It's an actual
And mom brain after
scientific thing. Scientific thing. Oh my goodness.
That's
Scientific thing.
close. People understood you.
Listen, if you have any unwritten rules that we didn't say or touch upon, please drop them in the comments.
Please.
On
This
YouTube.
is going to be on YouTube. We haven't told you guys, but we are back putting our episodes on YouTube. Just the audio for now. But yeah, you can leave comments on YouTube. You can leave comments on the clips that we're going to post. If you have any unwritten rules that we missed or that you guys live by, let us know.
Yeah. So on that note, thank you for not getting tipsy with us.
But still keeping it truthful.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out on Instagram at Tipsy and Truthful Podcast.
And TikTok at Tipsy and Truthful. See you next week.
Love you, babes.